What's going on, guys? My name is Alex.
And I'm Jordan.
And today we're going to do another comparison video where we react to the footage that we've gathered to try to guess which camera is which. And the cameras in question today is the Blackmagic Pocket 4K, as well as these versus the Sony A7 III.
A7 III.
And the cameras in question today are
the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K and the Sony A7 III.
wow.
That's it?
So what we did was we partnered up with a friend of ours who's also a realtor at Andrew Morose, at Andrew X Morose. Tag him below, Austin, please. And yeah, we got a nice little show home. Went there, got a bunch of shots in different settings, and hopefully we learned some today as to which camera is which and which is better. Shot number one. Damn, Andrew, looking so cinematic. Ooh, ooh, right away. Just because I know what Blackmagic looks like. Plus, I know that Sony. I noticed that everybody shoots with Sony for photos that post on Instagram. Their colors are always like super poppy and very like
saturated.
in your face and saturated.
So you can kind of see that immediately in the redness
so
of
you
his
could
face.
definitely see that in the redness of his face and how and even the brown of the sweater. And also like Blackmagic has that flat footage all throughout. Also, like, just look at the difference. Obviously we're guessing A is Blackmagic, B is Sony.
Yeah, nice.
Hell yeah, man. One for one.
Wow, I'm surprised you got that.
It does look soft. Like, again,
It's just so even. It's
there's
just so
something about it when you go back and forth that this still looks a little harsher. Like,
yeah. Also, like, look at the darks right here.
yeah, like in the back of his head kind of disappears, and then way on the right side too.
No, even just like the look at the strap. What is it called? A chin strap, or like the start of his beard.
Facial hair.
His facial hair.
Sideburn?
Sure. Sideburn. There you go.
Yeah.
Not a chin strap, but yeah, you just can see how it's just like the details lost. You can't see the individual hairs versus like look here.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Count.
Well,
12. It's like a baseball team.
yeah, and then versus here, you can totally tell. And even like when he walks up, like look at his fingers, how red they are.
Yeah.
Versus look here, how
So
even.
I think we solved this one.
Yeah, I think we can just.
Nice try, Austin. Next.
Yeah, you thought you'd confuse us. Nope.
Let's see.
All right, you're gonna guess this one because I feel like I'm stealing the show here. Okay, let's do the next shot. Shot number 2. Cue it now. What a nice shot. What a nice setting, though.
Nice little rack focus.
Okay.
And then foreground obstruction. Nice.
Okay. Right away. I mean, you can tell by the colors.
From shot to shot, it just looks like Sony's like a little more cropped in.
A little bit, but it could be also like a different focal length, right? Because for the Blackmagic, it's a crop sensor, so you had to do some math to get the same focal length as the Sony, right?
It's not going to be totally accurate. We actually swapped the cameras. These are different takes.
Right.
Yeah. But but you're right. The biggest
Is the color. You could definitely
is especially in the skin tone, because like
Look
from
how
here to here, that big jump in like just how much more orange and red is coming out, like in his lips and then on the side of his face. It's like
also
and his knuckles even.
Yeah, also the like in the shadows, it's kind of like almost greenish. Look how flat that is versus you go to B. Where is it? Like look how it's almost like greenish right here. You know, greenish yellow or whatever. So obviously the A is
Blackmagic.
Yeah, that's for 2. Yeah.
A's Blackmagic.
Yeah.
There you go, 2 for 2. Let's go,
If
baby.
you notice the eyes on the Sony, they're actually out of focus in the rack because there is focus peaking on both cameras, but it's so much easier to rack focus when you have a screen that size.
Right.
Yeah, the Blackmagic screen is like probably 4 times the size of a Sony screen. Because Sony screen is like this big. Yeah, versus Blackmagic is like that big. All right, let's go to shot number 3. Let's keep guessing the obvious. All right, this is all you, man. All you. Number 3. Let's go.
So
you could totally tell it right away.
It's because of those. Yeah, you're exactly right. All the orange and red is coming out, and then in the shadows, there's that like greenish, like
yaki color.
Sick looking. Yeah.
Yeah, yaki color.
Huh.
There you go. It's crazy. I remember I used to get this with my first camera, which was a Canon 7D, which had a crop sensor, and it would have that same like. As soon as it was in perfect light conditions or slightly darker, and you were trying to make something brighter, it had that yaki greenish color. Yeah. Same thing here.
Does this come out in the photos as well, like the color profile?
I have no idea. And again, we're not trying to yak on the Sony.
No,
but,
I've heard so much good about Sony, but then
also
just because I'm so comfortable with like the color profiles I work with, if I had to like deal with that, I with
You know what's weird? That it's not only in the shadows. Look at the whites.
Yeah.
Just because there's not enough color in the whites of his sweater and this.
like an auto white balance as well.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a white balance issue. I think it's just when it's underexposed, they're not exposed enough. Which is weird because Sony is notorious for low light shooting. Because they have that like 2700 ISO or something, or even more than that. I think it's
70,000.
what?
Like it's crazy.
Oh, 27,000. Sorry, not 100. That's what I meant. Yeah, but versus Blackmagic is not like.
Going higher than that. I'm pretty sure you can go like the 100,000. Their ISO gives you that.
Wow, just look at that. That's crazy. That just looks like almost too much. Like I feel like the production team would be like, no, we need to,
Like I don't know if they're just like
hide some detail on his face. Look at it. Like you can literally count the hairs on his. Yeah, literally 12 hairs right there. A is the. Yeah, it's the close up on his face. And B is the Blackmagic.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, well, come on, Nick. Man, you think
We
really
know.
thought,
I thought you did that
cat's
one
out of the
by-
bag, cat's out of the bag. But like, it's crazy, and also the detail, like from here to his eye. Look at that. You can literally see like it looks like a glass eye almost. Like it has that like reflection to it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So orange.
Look.
When
He
you go
looks like he
back-
went on a binge drinking week.
He looks like he's dying.
Yeah, like on
He looks
the.
very sick.
Yeah, versus on the.
We know you're not if you're watching this.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And if you're
It's not your
not
fault.
watching this, I'm mad at you right now. All right, shot number 4. Don't read his lips. I think he was on a bad call right here. Oh, right away. Just look at the drastic difference in this like on his chin right here, and like even on his phone. Like look how dark that is versus like if you look here.
The big thing to me was how
Oh yeah.
the chandelier gets. Like the chandelier, you can see the bokeh on each individual light.
Versus here, it's just
And
big
the second one,
circles.
it's just a big bright bar.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's the biggest change.
Wow.
Like,
If you're considering
look
a
at how
video
much focus
camera.
left. Like there's even bokeh in the reflection off the picture
Mirror.
wall.
Or off the picture, I guess, yeah.
Versus this, like you can kind of see. Well, I guess it's just framing, but like there's no circles.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Also, look at the detail on this phone case, okay? Look at that. Versus look at this.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, this
if
is
you're considering a
Is our
camera.
channel just like a Blackmagic?
Yeah,
like,
stroking channel.
Like
There's tons of those.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Alright, let's
Yeah.
line up.
Yeah, like, jeez. That's crazy. So if you're considering a video camera, I feel like this is your answer. We've got like one more shot, I think, so let's just look at it. In case you're not convinced, here's another one.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, not yet. Wait, let's skip.
We're not even sponsored by them.
What?
Click the link below to get
to message them to sponsor us.
to get a full price product from them. Don't have a sponsor.
Amazon affiliate link.
Yeah,
So
we
you
just
can
set
add
that
it.
up.
What, 2% off? Wow.
Okay, this is what? Okay, hold on, wait, I'm sorry.
No, but look
Oh,
at the
yeah. No,
shadow.
you're right,
This
yeah.
plant looks like it was
This
literally-
looks white, the other one looks green.
Yeah. The plant literally looks like it was dipped in yak to go, and then look at this
This is a
one.
real plant.
Did it? No, I think it was
it's
fake. Yeah. No, but look at the whites.
Yeah,
How
no,
crisp
it
they
looks
are.
Way nicer.
Wow.
And then again, like I don't really know, I don't know the terminology, but the footage just looks softer, like to the touch, which is weird.
Yeah, I know. It's
Literally, like I could reach out and stroke the screen and it would feel better somehow.
It's still sharp though. It's very
No, that's the
sharp,
thing. It's
but-
sharp and it's clear, but then as you like go into the like areas that are out of focus, that shift is so much more soft versus like going back here. It like
It's a hard
Like, I
cut
don't know,
between, like, I don't know how you explain it, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's like on the Sony, and same with the 5D, it's like focus, not focus. Versus like on the Blackmagic, it's like a nice,
velvety transition.
and it just feels more natural to the eye. You know, like you never notice what, like, I'm looking at you, I know the shit's out of focus.
Focus, yeah.
But it's not like, it's like focus, out of focus. Whereas
That'd be
it's
weird.
smoother.
It's like
What is that called then? And what's the science behind that?
I don't know.
That's weird, but
looks great.
it looks more like a natural eye,
Yeah.
like what you see with your natural eye, versus like, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like Blackmagic is like the DJI of cameras, because DJI came out and they made we were just talking about this yesterday. DJI came out and what did they make affordable? They made gimbals affordable, because before that was like the Movi ones, which were like 8 grand, 10 grand. They came out with one that was like $1,200 or $1,500 Canadian, by the way. And then they made drones legal to such extent that so many, it was like the most, drones
Yeah.
was the most purchased item of 2016. Most purchased item of 2016 because DJI came in. And I feel like that's what Blackmagic is doing. They're making
This is
cinema
like
cameras
lowering, yeah, that bar.
affordable.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The barriers to entry are so much
I
lower
bet you
now.
their profit margin is much lower than say like Canon or Sony because they're decently fresh and they're not mass.
Sure, but they can sell
But
tons of things.
exactly, because everybody wants them. It's crazy. It's crazy. They literally are disturbing the market. Hopefully that taught you something and made it pretty freaking clear that the Blackmagic is rocking the market right now. I mean, it used to be Sony's. Like I know, like there was a big Sony craze, right? Like
Well, with
from,
mirrorless, I think was the biggest splash that they made in a long time.
yeah. Well, that's what I mean with the A Alpha series or whatever. But like, man, this is like not even a comparison. This is just an embarrassment.
Here's the thing, though. You have to build up the Blackmagic, so it's not for everybody. You have to make it crazy if you want to make it actually pretty usable. It doesn't have autofocus at all. It doesn't have like
Right. But then I feel like
If you're looking to make like
the best image possible.
yeah, you're trying to get that look,
That,
that cinema look. Like,
also
this is where-
the latest Sony is how much? Like I think it's like $4,000, right? Like the latest or $5,000, right? I feel like the Blackmagic, even the 6K, plus the cage, plus well, I guess the
And
lens
then
you have to buy them both.
Then you can argue that the other way. So like say we're comparing a bunch of DSLRs, so like what is a pocket cinema camera, right? Like this is a cinema camera. If you
Yeah.
start putting this like almost as like the bridging point between DSLRs where people are making movies to like the Blackmagic to things like the Reds, the RELXs and things continuing to go upwards.
Yeah.
Right? Like that transition from being able to shoot stuff that like looks like DSLR footage
Yeah.
to making stuff that looks cinematic.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that is their, well, I don't know how.
Bridge or whatever.
Like that's where they should stay, right? Like,
Yeah.
They don't need to be the $10,000 Red Dragon, like just for the body plus all the extra shit. Like they're right in a spot where it's attainable for people who want to like make cinema looking stuff.
Yeah.
I think that market's gonna get more saturated.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, because that's like
Oh,
the sweet
100%.
spot. Yeah.
Well, just like DJI, like after DJI made gimbals more affordable, how many other gimbals came out? Like the
Yeah,
Geo
totally.
Crane and all these other ones. Like,
Yeah.
and Fahoodles, hopefully you learned something today.
Sponsor us.
Not yet. Anyway, hopefully you guys learned something today, and hopefully it was pretty obvious to you guys, just as it was to us, of how much the Blackmagic's just dominating. We definitely recommend it. And I'm pretty sure, like, if you add up the math, it would be the same price to pay for a Sony versus paying for a Blackmagic and building it up a little bit with like the cage and the external hard drive and extra batteries because they die super fast and whatever. But either way, if you enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button. Send it to a friend of yours that has a Sony A7 III or a Blackmagic 4 or is considering one or the other. So maybe they learn something as well and it will help them make that decision. If you like this video, also don't forget to subscribe and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.